Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Deliciously Creepy. My name is Andrea, and with me is my brother Emilio.
Hello guys.
And how are you, brother? How was your week?
It was nice. It was intense. There was a lot of things, but here we are, and we're going to talk about supernatural stuff this time, but a little bit more reserved to sports. So
Okay.
we do believe in courses.
I thought you were going to ask me if I like sports.
No, well, do you?
Not really.
Okay,
But I do like courses. I do enjoy a nice course.
yeah, and the afflicted team.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to believe in them, but I don't think they are real, most of them. I think it's more like a superstition thing. Like people, it's going to believe what they want to believe.
Of course, that's going to happen. But the idea here is to see if this course in particular is true.
Okay.
Because there's a certain chain of events that happen that create this course.
Okay.
So in that sense, we're going to go. So human superstition, super interesting as we were saying, because it's a human behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is used by us to gain a sense of control over certain events in our lives, right?
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's clearly like here we have a lot of those with witches and things like that, you know, that they create this stuff like homunculus to help you to do stuff, right? And basically that thing in reality, the possibility that it helps you is none.
Well, but with the intention, it's enough.
Yeah, but it's again the idea that could help you gain control of stuff.
Yes.
So, especially in the sports field, where certain aspects of the sport itself can create a sensation among fans, the athletes, and the analysts that there is a barrier preventing a team from achieving success, right?
Yeah.
For example, here we have my team, and it sucks. Five finals lost in the last 10 years is crazy.
It's sad.
It's sad, but it's not because we were cursed, because they're bad decisions.
Yeah.
So this is how superstitions are born, especially in sports where the leagues are too competitive and a team is expected to have a certain level. The fact of not being able to advance to a certain point, never reaching the finals, or never advancing to the playoffs are parts of curses that afflict certain teams like a disease. For example, one curse that exists, well, I don't think it's a curse, but it's a curious record, and it's like Mexican national team in the World Cup that is going to start in a few days.
Oh, yes.
Has never reached past the fourth game, right? But it's been like that since '94, so it's 28 years. Well, it will be 28 with this. If they stay in the same place, it will be crazy. Because it's the only team that 7 consecutive times have reached the same place and stay there.
I think it's also like a mindset, you know, like maybe players say like, oh, we can't reach further than this, so
Yeah,
it's normal.
there's a lot of studies about mentality, but yeah. So also we have seen courses tied to the color of a team. In England there's this belief that if you wear white and red stripes with black shorts, you're never going to win a title.
That's crazy.
And it's mostly because those teams actually are not that good. And
No, I was going to say like that's the sad reality.
yeah, it's like Sunderland is one of them, and a few years ago they even have a documentary on Netflix showing how bad they are. So in theory, they were going to create this documentary to document on how they got to the second division, but they were going to win back, and there was the idea, and they went down to the third division. In reality, instead of going out, they went down. So it was a debacle. It was crazy. It was like this was supposed to be the film to show how great they are, and they showed how bad they were.
That's really sad.
Also, we have resentment of team's members who were snubbed by the institution, like they wrote, like the Bambino course in the Chicago Cubs that was actually lifted, and coincidences of life, and we are going to talk about one of those. To find about this particular course, we will travel to the country of the rising sun to meet the 14th team.
Japan!
In Japan, baseball is king. Introduced in 1872, baseball, or yaku as it is known in Japan, is a favorite sport of 45% of the Japanese population, making it the king of sports in the eastern country, well above the 27% of sumo fans and the 25% of football fans. Football like soccer, you know?
Yeah.
Baseball is revered and watched throughout the year in Japan, since its professional league runs from April to November, with games every 6 days of the week, so
Wow.
basically daily. And there is also great reverence for baseball at minor league level, college level, and high school level.
Okay.
And for example, also their professional league was created in 1936, and in 1950 it got its current format. The league is divided into two conferences, which operate as independent leagues. They're actually called the Pacific and the Central League, and they have like different promoters and they have different deals with the TVs and media, blah 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 blah. But they're apart from the same league. Like in the United States with conferences in their sports, it's the same.
Okay.
And from the best three teams of each league, a round robin is played, and the winners of each conference round robin play to find out who will be the champion of the Japanese series. So the champion of each league plays against them, and they are the champions of Japan.
Okay.
So now we will meet the team in question. And why did we say all of this? To see how it is, you know,
How it works.
how it works, you know, how baseball is king in Japan, how normally what you need to do and to achieve to become a champion.
Okay.
So, in 1936, in the small city of Nishinomiya, near the city of Kobe, the Hanshin Tigers team would start playing. This team would quickly become one of the most popular teams in the country. They are considered one of the big teams of the league. They are considered the second big team.
Okay.
Making them start a rivalry with the other big team in the country, the Yomiuri Giants.
Okay.
They are from Tokyo. These are from Kobe. It's the Osaka region. But even with this fan base, which has made them the second largest team in the country in terms of revenue, the Tigers have only been able to win the Japanese league once. Since
Okay.
36, that's almost 100 years now.
Wow, that's crazy.
In 1985, at the hands of base Randy Bass, the Tigers would win the first and only title in the Japanese series.
バッターは杉カウントは2ストライク2ボール中西第5球目投げました打ちましたピッチャーゴロだ中西取った一塁へ送るアウト阪神優勝マウンドに全選手が集まっ
Randy Bass would become a legend of the team by having his best season that year, winning the Triple Crown and MVP. So Triple Crown is that you were the best in 3 different categories in like batting and percentage of blah blah blah. So he was like the best of all of those, and he won the MVP in the finals.
Wow.
He was the most valuable player. The Tigers reached the final for the first time since '64, and it was the 3rd time they reached the final, losing previously in '62 and '64. The team would win the final against the Saitama Lions 4-2, with the last game winning away at Saitama. In the series, Bass will have 6 home runs. Well, one thing that we need to remember also that I forgot to say is that Japanese baseball is different than American baseball.
Oh, okay.
And it's not because of the rules that much, it's more because of the size of many things. The size of the field is smaller, and that helps to do other kind of game, it's a little bit more fast paced. Still, baseball is very slow paced compared to other sports.
Yeah.
The team's fans went wild, right? It was their first championship in their history. This is the 2nd biggest team in the country, and for the first time they were playing. And it was the first time they win, and their rivals, the Giants, that they always win, they couldn't win this time, right? Also, the Giants play in the same league than them. So they will never face
them.
The Giants in the finals,
So that helped them win.
Yeah. So, no, because they have to pass through the Giants first. They did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't you will never see that a final of the series between Giants and Tigers.
Okay.
So, of course, the fans, wild. The way of celebrating would be jumping into the Dotonbori River, which runs through Osaka, and fans jump into the water, yelling the name of any of the players if they thought they looked like the player. So they were like, oh yeah, I look like this guy. Boom, they yell the name, jump to the river, and that's it. Also, one thing, in that moment of time, the Dotonbori River was considered to be the most polluted river in Japan.
No.
I don't think it's the levels of the one we have here.
No, it smells horrible, like from miles away. You can smell that fucking thing.
It receives you.
You embrace it.
And yeah, they
so
were jumping into
whoa,
that thing.
no, that's disgusting.
Yeah. So the problem is that, of course, in Japan nobody looked alike the American bass. Japan is a country where they don't have that many foreigners all the time around.
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
think even in big countries, like it's going to be difficult sometimes. If you are in a touristic area, of course, it's going to be more easy to find them. Or if you are in a hub, economical hub, it's going to be more easy to find them. But if you're like
in a small town,
random place, no, it's a big city. But if you're in an random place, like at this moment saying like, oh, in this moment is going to pass a foreigner that looks like this guy, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, sure.
So of course they came with this bright idea of stealing a statue that was outside fast food restaurant.
Okay.
And it was what do you imagine?
Well, KFC because of the Colonel.
Yeah, so it was a statue of the Colonel Sanders and was outside a nearby KFC. So, unlike, it's different than here. Here I have never seen a statue of Colonel Sanders in my life.
No.
Probably yes, but when I was little.
No, I only remember like Ronald McDonald, like the typical that it's seated in a bench and with the arms extended. That's the only one.
But the Colonel in Japan, there's always one outside of the KFCs, and they even dress him like in festivities and things like that.
Like Dr. Simi.
Yeah, exactly. We have Dr. Simi and it's like that. So they thought he looked alike because
it was white.
Almost like that, because you look at them both of their images, and you're going to be like, it doesn't look like him, right?
Yeah, but it was like the closest American thing. Not at all. Like the nationality, of course. Yeah. And why this guy was playing like in Japan?
Japanese league is considered one of the best in the world, and he decided to go there after playing in the States.
Oh, nice.
Normally, many players went there. They go to Japan, so it depends. It's not. You can win a lot of money. It's not. I don't know if it's more difficult than American League, maybe because we think. I don't know. It has its own sets of differences.
Okay.
But he went after playing a few years in the States. So Randy Bass started playing for a few years in 5 years. No, 5 years. Started playing like in Minnesota. Then he moved to Kansas City Royals, that they don't exist anymore. The Montreal Expos, the San Diego Padres, then the Texas Rangers, and then he went to play to the Hanshin Tigers, where he played the most from 83 to 88. He retired in 88. So he got a career of 11 years. Actually, it's not a big career, you know. Like normally, baseball players have long careers.
Longer than the soccer players.
Yeah, they can reach even more than 20 years playing.
And they have good asses.
So, there's a poem of Murakami about that.
About what?
About baseball asses.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. Oh my god.
Then Randy Bass actually was a senator for the Democrats in the States from Oklahoma.
Wow.
But yeah, so we're going back. Of course, they took the statue because they saw that the statue has this beard, and they were like, "Yeah, he looks alike, even though we know he doesn't look like him.
We're going to pretend he looks."
Yeah. So they threw this Colonel Sanders replica into the river, shouting Bass's name, right? And fans will quickly come to their senses after this.
They were drunk.
Probably. So apparently, they were remorseful for what they had done, and so they went to the KFC manager, and they told him like, "Dude, we're sorry that we stole your statue." So they promised him that the next day they will return the statue of the colonel, and it was like, "Yeah, we're going to return it," and it's like,
how?
Yeah, you throw it to a river.
A polluted river.
Yeah, and oh surprise, they will not find the statue again.
Of course.
And well, this is where we start with the paranormal stuff. So since then, the Tigers will never win the league.
They offended America by throwing Colonel Sanders into a polluted river.
They offended the KFC gods, the chicken gods.
Yes.
And so yeah, since then, since 85, they have never won the league, and they create this legend of the curse of the Colonel Sanders, right?
Yeah, because it's better to blame things on a statue that say like, well, maybe they suck.
It's a finger-licking delicious curse.
That's
with
nice.
12 different
That's
spices.
deliciously creepy.
So in 2003, it seemed that the curse would finally be left behind. The Tigers, after 18 years, finally reached the final, where they would face the Fukuoka Falcons. And people jump back into the river after winning the Central League. Of course,
they were punished because they celebrate earlier than they should.
Yeah, probably that's true. It's like that idea that you cannot touch a trophy, right? Before going into the match.
Yeah.
And of course, the local KFCs were like, nope, and they hidden their statues. They were like, no, we're not going to go through this again.
Yes.
But the problem was that tragedy struck. A 24-year-old man, young guy, drowned at the conference title celebrations, and it was like an omen of things to come. Sadly, this young person died there, and the Tigers will lose the series 4-3. even after leading the series 3-2. So they need to win one more game, and instead they lost 2. So the course was still on. And then 2 years later, in 2005, the course would be put to the test again. Now the rivals were the Chiba Marines. Humiliation would be worse. In 4 games, the Tigers could not win a single game.
Oh no.
They lost 4 games. So in baseball, here in Japan, you need to win 4 games.
Okay.
Champions.
And they lost 5.
They lost 4.
Oh.
No, you can only lose 4. You cannot lose more.
Okay.
So they lost 4, but they could not win a single game.
Oh, that's sad.
In 2009, something magical will happen.
They won.
No, they were winning, as you can see, but this time they found the Colonel Sanders statue.
How?
How they found it? The problem was that it was incomplete. They found it in the river, of course.
Okay.
His legs were missing, which would be found sometime later. His left hand and his glasses were also missing.
Oh no.
And these last pieces, the hand and the glasses, have not yet been recovered. And the legend, again, the creating legends over and over again, is that if they are found, the glasses and the hand, the course will be lifted. And we were going to show you an image of how the Colonel Sanders actually looked after they found it.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny because the poor Colonel Sanders is all destroyed. That's the moment they took him out of the water.
Well, of course, and also if the river was polluted. Yeah. Wait, but it has the glasses there.
Yeah, but these are not the original glasses. As you can see, it's some
random
glasses.
Okay, yeah.
So
now that statue is like worship or something like. Where is it?
And actually, it was the next thing I was going to say.
Oh,
so the statue currently stands outside KFC near the Tigers Stadium. Of course, it's not. This KFC is not the original location where the Colonel was, because that KFC closed afterwards. So now it's one that is close to the Tiger Stadium. And so in 2014 the Tigers will again reach the final. So they are becoming more consistently good.
That's nice.
And the Falcons would be the rivals again. And the Tigers started by winning the first game. And excited fans thought the third time will be the charm,
Mm-hmm.
And they would end up losing the next 4 games of the series. And that was last time. That was almost 8 years ago that the Tigers went to the final, and the course still stands. Now, one of the things that for me it's funny about a curious thing is that Haruki Murakami, the writer, used to go to the matches with his dad when he was a teenager.
Oh.
Because he is from that area. So he went to the stadium to see the Hanshin Tigers, but he actually is not a fan of the Hanshin Tigers. He prefers the Yakult Swallows.
Okay.
And that is also a losing team. But I think Yakult Swallows have more titles than the Hanshin Tigers.
It sounds deliciously creepy.
And yeah.
Oh, I want a Yakult.
Yeah, so for example, the Yakult Swallows that Murakami says, oh, they are terrible. When he was writing those things about them, they had only 1 title. Now they have 6. And they won in 2021 the series. So, yeah, they are way better than the only 1 title team. So, yeah, and it's even a bigger team, the Hanshin Tigers. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy to see that. So what do you think, Andy? Do you think it's an actual course or what? It's a finger-lickin, deliciously
Course. No, like I said, I think people believe what they want to believe, and it's easier to say or believe that your team is cursed, then accept that it's difficult to win against the giants, right? Yeah, but it's always nice to believe in a curse. Like, I like all the witchcraft things that are famous in our country. So
You
yeah.
can imagine the Colonel Sanders while brewing chicken, saying like, this team in Osaka will never win again
Oh my
because
God.
they throw a proxy of myself into that
Yeah.
polluted river. If they had thrown him like in a valley beach, he will be like, "Hey, perfect."
Yeah, like
They throw him to that polluted river.
yeah, that was like the greatest offense of all.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's funny because, of course, courses can be. We always thought about courses like, oh yeah, this wage or this idea that someone is going to get affected in a wrong way, and here it's kind of more fun to think about this.
Yeah, it's like a nice supernatural thing, you know.
Yeah. And also because Japan is super funny with their mascots in of fast food, you know. They have the Color Sanders even has a dating game.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like the main character, and they put you, he's strong and beautiful, and it's like, oh,
Oh,
you're like Yamateko on this.
that's nice.
Well, I'm going to show you.
Of course, he looks like an anime.
So it's I Love You, Colonel Sanders, and it's a game. It appeared in 2019.
Oh,
For actually Kentucky made it,
okay.
and yeah, and it was free on Steam. It has a 9 on 10 on Steam. I
Wow,
don't know
so
if it's
it's
good.
like a multiple choice.
Yeah, it's a dating simulation.
Oh, that sounds nice. I like those games. I like yeah, wow, I want to play it. Oh my god, yes. I want to play it.
And they also have like Ronald McDonald has a girlfriend in Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
They really get into this stuff, right?
Yeah. They are like they have always done that, you know, like oh yeah, they show like this is Ronald McDonald. Okay.
Oh my god, it's like watching an anime. Oh god, it's like a J-pop band. Oh god.
Yeah, no, it's not like
What's that?
it's a Ronald McDonald, like strong Ronald McDonald.
Oh my
Where the
god.
girlfriend shows a lot of skin, you know, so it's kind of funny to see this kind of ads.
Yeah, like they are sexualizing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not
so for
surprised.
example, yeah, so they do a lot of that stuff.
Wow.
These Sanders.
Mother's Day.
Japan and the Mother's Day. So it's super fun to see how they embrace it. I don't think this will fly here in the West.
No, but let's give them points for the creativity. But well, we have Ruthless, and it's kind of a sexualized thingy. But yeah, of course, it's not the same.
Why?
Because you can't see like the potato being humanized. Instead of that, it's like just a potato with glasses, and he's always like in the company of hot chicks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Well, it was really fun. I like it. I like this
And I think
course.
it's a nice, different approach to paranormal.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of being dark and bleak and something that, oh, the devil is coming for you. It's like,
I wish.
the color is coming for you. And you're like, Yamete!
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a deliciously creepy curse. Of course.
Finger-lickin.
Yeah. No, yeah, well. Yeah, I like it. Let us know in the comment section below, what do you think about this? Have you ever heard about this curse? Do you believe in curses or not? And follow us on our social media. We are so happy to have you here. And if you speak Spanish, we also have a Spanish podcast. And we'll...
That's all.
What?
And yeah.
Huh? And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye bye.